I want to show you how to create advanced custom GPTs that are trained on your entire website's data, but they also have a lot more control in terms of link recommendation, link URL tracking. You can see and view the messages that people are sending to your chatbots. You can actually embed them into your website, and you can use them to gather information about why people aren't purchasing from your store, or common questions that people have either on the front end of your website or within your product. So for example, within your app. So this is all a completely no-code tool. All you need to do is have a website URL, click a couple of buttons, and it'll be ready to go in a few minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a chatbot that looks something like this, where it has access to our entire website's information. We can actually click a button like this. We can send in a message, for example, how does ChatIQ work? It's then going to go through and read all of the information on our website. It's going to find all of the different bits of information from our landing pages or our product pages, and then it's going to give us a breakdown of whatever that question was, an answer to that question. We can then see at the bottom here, it's actually given us a lot of information. So it told us we can actually get more information and features by signing up for a free trial. So it's actually trying to get us to sign up for an account. It's also given us contact information, for example, the email address if we have any extra questions, and also a booking link if we want to book them in for a sales call. So I'll show you what this looks like. If we click this link, for example, it's going to open up a new page, and at the top it's obviously got UTM tracking, so we can see within Google Analytics how many people are visiting our website or how many people are clicking within our chatbot and where they're going. And this is very useful, for example, especially if somebody asks for the link to the refund policy or they ask for the link to the contact page. You know that people have got a lot of questions about your product, whether they're going to get a refund, they have a trust problem. So we can see where they're clicking, which is very powerful. We can also obviously send them over to book in for a sales call. This is obviously a sales call for my own software. You can see up here, again, it adds the UTM tracking, and obviously we can send people to a sales call. So we can get quite advanced with what it is that we do with these chatbots. We can also get them to show image responses as well if we have images on our website, although you will want to spend some time tweaking and tailoring that. So if you've got images on your website, all you're going to need to do is adjust how it responds within the dashboard. So if this all sounds quite complicated, don't worry. All you need is a website URL. So you're going to click the top link down below in the description, and it will come over to our website, ChatIQ.ai. You can read all about our product on here. We've got a whole load of information. There's a whole load of stuff that you can do. But if you click on try for free, there is a very simple onboarding process. So all you need to do is put in your website URL here, email and password, and then you can start your 14-day free trial. Once you start your 14-day free trial, you're going to have 2 weeks to test it out completely for free. In that time, you can embed it into your website, you can start gathering information from users, you can customize your chatbots, you can add custom contact information and external links and all sorts of things. Once you've done that, it's going to go ahead and start to scrape your website. So like I say, you don't need to do anything, all of this will be done for you. It's then going to create you a custom chatbot. Now, depending on how large your website is, for most of you it'll probably only take 1 or 2 minutes to get this built. It's going to go through every single page of your website. It's going to extract all the information that you have on that page, including any relevant links that are within the website that poke to different pages, that send to different pages on the website. Then it's going to build the chatbot for you, and then what you can do is actually copy this embed code, head over to your store. So for example, we've got a Shopify store here. You can see here there's just a sample Shopify store. There's nothing special about it, but all we need to do is come to our, I'll show you how to do this, come to the online store and themes, click on edit code, and you're just going to paste in that code that was given to you like that. Then we're simply going to click on save. You don't need to do anything else, and then preview the store. And here we see down at the bottom right, we suddenly have the chatbot embedded into our website. It's got a custom instruction, it's also got custom branding. So if we want to make changes to this, or we want to adjust how advanced this chatbot is, that's what I'm going to go through now. So at the end of this, we've got an option to add further customization, and I always recommend you do this, especially if you've got images within your chatbots, and I'll show you why. So once you do that, it's going to take you to your dashboard. In your dashboard, there's a whole host of stuff that you can do and customizations that you can make. Down here on the left, we have all of the data that we've scraped. So these, you'll notice, are individual URLs from our website, and it's taken the collection pages, the product pages. It'll also take your refund policy and your terms and condition pages. On the right here, we have a list of all of our chatbots. So I've created 4 different chatbots, but you'll probably only have 1 when you're getting started. Just to walk you through this in a bit more detail, we've obviously got the name of the chatbot, which yours will be something like my first chatbot. Here is the amount of data that this chatbot is actually using, and then here is obviously the language that that chatbot's responding. So all of this can be completely customized. If we click on this button here, it's going to take us directly to the chatbot workspace. So I'm going to walk you through the chatbot workspace. I don't want this to seem daunting. It's actually very easy to use. So on the left here, we've got all of the data and knowledge that this chatbot is using. So if at any point we decide that the information in here is wrong, or we want to remove things or update information, we can simply just click on the delete button and remove it. And then in real time on our website, the chatbot that we have will no longer be able to reference that URL. We can also add in new data directly from our knowledge base. So I've got URLs, I've obviously scraped Apple's website, I've got ChatIQ's information, I've got a whole load of information here. So if I want to, I can search for it and I can find it, and then literally just click the plus button and it'll add it in to the knowledge base of this chatbot. Now, these are the really important things that you need to be focusing on. Down here on the right is our workspace. This is our chatbot. So you can see here I'm asking it questions and it's giving me responses based on whatever's information is on the website. But every now and again, it's also going to give me image responses depending on what images I've got on my website. And you'll notice that we've got a delete button, we've also got an information button. So, for example, if our website, if we go on to ChatIQ's page, if we go on to, well, even here, right, we scroll down, we've got a video here, another video, we've got another video, but here we've got an image. Now, currently ChatIQ can only display images and GIFs from our website. And sometimes when we build a website, we'll have old images in there that we can't actually use anymore, that are sort of corrupted or we're not actually using on our website. So this is why it's very important to make sure that we actually adjust the responses coming from our chatbot. And if we decide that we don't like the images that are being used in our responses, all we need to do, for example, is, let me just pick this one, we can click on the delete button and we can actually remove this image. So I'll just do that. Actually, I'll see if we can find another example. So here, for example, we've actually got a GIF that we're displaying in our responses, but maybe we decide that we don't actually want this to display. So what we can do is click on the delete button and we can actually then remove this. Let me see if there's another one. Sometimes it'll show up as grey, it'll show up with no information. There's a few reasons that this could happen. If we click this information button here, we can actually visit the image URL. And you can see here this is actually a GIF image, so the chances are this is a very large file. So if we come back to this in a minute or two, it may appear. But if it's a very large file, we're probably better off just removing it. So we just click on the remove button, it's going to process that, and it's going to add it to a blacklist of URLs or images that we don't want to include in our chatbot's responses. And that means now, every single time someone messages the chatbot, regardless of whether that image is available on your website, it's not actually going to show up in its responses. So you can see here these are just loading in now. It's taking a bit of time for those to come through. So it's the easiest way to make sure that your chatbot is being customized. You can see here it's actually referencing multiple pages of the website. It's using all of this information to help it with its most recent question. So if we scroll down to the bottom, you can see on this one I've actually asked, where is it, how do I embed my chatbot? So you can see it's using the how to embed the chatbot link from our blog page, and it's using all of that information to give me a step-by-step guide on how to do that task within our application. So you can use this for product recommendations, for example. Let me see if I've already asked this. Recommend me an hoodie. It's gone ahead and recommended an hoodie here. Or my mum or my family really likes Disney. Can you recommend a product? It's recommended a product, and what it's done is it's going through different pages on the website, it's looking at different product pages, and it's seeing what could be useful for that person and what information or what product could they use, or what would be, the best product for them. It can also read the chat history. So if they've been having a conversation about a Disney product or anything like that, it can then, if you've got multiple products within the same category, it can then move around within that category and recommend different products as well. You'll see here we've actually got the contact information. So it scrapes the contact information directly from your website. So for example, we've got the email address, we've got a phone number, we've also got hands-on assistance, which is a Calendly booking page. So if I click this, it's going to open up Calendly, which in this case is just a generic URL, but you can customize this. If this information isn't on your website, all you need to do is, again, I'll move this out of the way, head over to the custom instructions panel. So it'll take a second to load up, but on the left here we have all of the public prompts or custom instructions that other people have created that you can pick and you can choose from a whole host of different categories. But when you get started with ChatIQ, you'll actually have a sample prompt already. So you can see in here, this is the sample instruction that our chatbot's actually using. We've got a whole list of different rules for it to follow. And then what I've done is I've added custom instructions. So for example, I've added an email address and a phone number, which is now able to use in all of its upcoming responses. I can also use this to tailor its responses if I find the chatbot's doing strange things, or it's not reading the information correctly, or if there's very important information the chatbot needs to have access to that may change on your website or may not be available on your website. So these are like behavioral changes, and I've got a load of information on this YouTube channel that teaches you how to do this. But to get started, everything should work straight off the bat for you. You won't need to do a huge amount of customization here unless you're getting quite advanced. Awesome. So just to quickly recap, if you come back onto our website, you can see these are the sorts of things we can ask it. For example, what are some use cases? It's going to go ahead, send that message to the chatbot. That chatbot's now going to go ahead and read all the messages on our website. It's going to look for different use cases like customer service or gathering data from customers and page visitors. We can actually now come into our dashboard. We can actually look at the messages sent to a chatbot. So for example, we'll select the chatbot from the drop down here, and I've selected Udi. You can see someone's asked me for show me some images, someone's asked for a recommendation, they've asked for, again, this is just me testing. This is another product. I want to get my boyfriend a present for Christmas. What do I get? So from these messages and these questions, we can actually see exactly what it is people are asking. And in the future, we're coming out with some updates, which will be sentiment analysis of all of these messages, so you can actually see, positive or negative correlations in the messages people are sending on your website. You can also do things like support ticketing and gathering reviews from the website as well. So anybody who messages the chatbot in the future will be able to leave a review for your website. Like I say, those things are coming out in the future. We're working on those at the moment. But if you've got any questions at all about this product, or if you want to see any future updates or changes, leave them down below in the comments. We'll be happy to include those on our roadmap. If you've got any other questions at all, let them know in the comments and I will get back to you over there. But I'll see you guys in my next video.